I'm alive. Well, welcome to the crazy world that I'm living in this day. Oh my gosh, I was going to pre-record this, so I didn't have to be here right at 1 because I have an appointment at 2, but plans just changed a little bit. So hopefully I can miss the rain that's coming and, get back and finish up my stuff. My name is Leanne Furness, and thank you for joining. I am an independent demonstrator from Rochester, Minnesota. I've been doing this for 26 years almost, which is exciting. Today, I want to show you, and I'm going to stamp while we talk, and I'm going to show you a couple tips and tricks. And I'm totally going out of the box. I'm totally not prepared for this, but sometimes that makes the best video, I hope. All right. Back to this. All right, so we're going to talk about this stamp set. Gears and textures. And I really do love, and this is what I kind of meant when I said a non-frilly kind of stamp set, because it's not necessarily masculine. It's just not flowery. I mean, here they added flowers to the sample, but you wouldn't have to do that. I don't even think of that. So you can do a lot of things. And I've seen most people in the posts and things coordinate with the Nature Walk Designer Series paper on page 39. Well, that's all good and, great. But what if you don't have that paper? What if you have a different piece of paper? You got to kind of think out of the box sometimes. And so let me show you how I do that. Okay. So demonstrators have access to a thing called Color Coach. And every year there's a new one. And every year they combine different colors to use together. And so it's very cool. So if you are interested in getting your copy of this, I will gladly email it to you because I find it invaluable. Now, and you'll see that as they get older, Sahara Sand is no longer a color, but basic beige is close, kind of thing. So you have to be a little bit flexible. But this year's Old Olive is highlighting Misty Moonlight and Cajun Craze, basic beige. But my paper I'm going to use is from Mixed Up Patterns, also in the mini catalog. I can find that quick. My mini catalog's falling apart, and I should be more organized. I apologize profusely. Page 65 is mixed up patterns. And so you have all kinds of colors, and so you have really a lot of flexibility. I stuck with this Old Olive. I'm going to grab an Old Olive stamp pad, I hope. Good thing I have extras. And if I don't, I have a spot. I'm all ready for my, I'm not really all ready for my open house on Friday. It is Thursday, January 7th, 2026. What? So I'm going to use my spots. I think I did that the other day, just because it's easier for me than going to find that darn stamp thing. And I'm going to add in here some early espresso because I just love that color. So Cajun Craze, early espresso. It's going to be very kind of a, I don't know, masculine-y. No, it's just not frilly. That's the whole point, right? Okay, I really have not been feeling well, so I am a little out of sorts. Okay, that's a little better. Okay, I'm getting a new desk and table for my closet, and I'm super excited about it, and I think it's coming this weekend. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do some die cutting first, just because it's in the way. And what I wanted to show you is in our annual catalog, we have adhesive sheets. And so these adhesive sheets, they're a lot like the masking paper, right? But they're not masking. They are you're going to put it on one side, and then you're going to cut your die on face down on the other side so that you have a sticker, basically. And again, like those darn masking things. I'm like, where is my take a pic tool? Good Lord. So if you are a customer of mine, are you not sure if you want to be a customer of mine and you want to follow me, email me at leannefurnace@gmail.com. I got to really kick it up a notch here in my marketing, because on the next weekend, I am going to be on a global inspiration team. I don't want to do that. Demonstration. And so I'm going to talk about Take Your Pick tool. And the best thing is if you are a customer and you order from me or place an order within, I don't know, a couple weeks of that, I'm going to send you the PDF of all the projects we make. Last time I did not participate, so I didn't feel like I should send that, but it was One Sheet Wonders. So if you're interested, again, email me and check it out. Okay, so you saw me put this on adhesive sheets, and then I'm putting it in my mini cute little embossing thing, face down, and I'm going to run this through. And of course it moves. I just love that. You can use Post-it notes, you can Post-it note tape. There's all kinds of things out there. Whatever, washi tape, I don't know. I'm not a fan of the washi tape, but also not a fan of my die moving. Okay, so there is that. We can get rid of that. So loud. And as you can see, it pops out, but then we have some adhesive. So I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of all these parts. Okay, and I pre-cut this gear. What is happening? And this part and the light bulb, which is in the stamp set, which I think is super cute, like a light bulb filament. I'm probably saying that wrong. Just saying, I didn't do my research. Don't yell at the messenger. Okay, so here we go. We're going to use this piece from Mixed Up Patterns in the annual catalog. Excuse my sniffle. And I'm going to do some fun blending a little bit, because this just is a grungy kind of thing. And again, this is what made me think, oh, I don't have to do the same colors as everyone else, for crying out loud. Well, I never even have an olive. Okay, so remember, these are great if you don't have a budget for all the stamp pads, or if you have limited space, because don't we all have space issues? I have space issues because I don't pick up anything. Who else does that? Like, I am working on something and I just have, like, I have this 8-foot table in my classroom and I just don't have space. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get a little bit of ink on there, and I'm going to I pounce on there and I start off, and I'm just going to add a little bit of that old olive. Perfect. Really, it's just a little. Well, let's get this a little bit higher. Okay, then I'm going to grab another brush, and I don't wash these off. I just don't have time. And so, like this, they wear out. Like the brushes, the ink on them goes away pretty quick. So I'm going to use Real Rust or Asian Craze. Wow, that was a flashback. And again, I'm going to just kind of come on here and add some fun. And then, last but not least, we're going to grab a dark one for early espresso. Let's see if I have a dark one. We have these brushes in large or small. They come 2 in a pack, I believe. I should not say that. I'm not sure how they come anymore. Things change so much with Stampin' Up. I just don't even know. Okay, so I'm just going to do a little bit, kind of give it that coffee stain tea look. Okay, so did you notice I store these upside down, and I don't store these upside down. Why? And I store this upside down because the ink you want at the top of the of the pad surface. And this design, as much as we don't like it sometimes, and it's hard to open, oh my gosh, it flips itself. So you don't have to worry about that. These do not flip themselves, right? So you're going to store them upside down, and that's how they're in my drawers, and that's why their names are on the back. And you could certainly, excuse me, put a piece of cardstock in there if you have all the cardstocks, however you want to do it. All right, now, excuse me. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is frustrating the bejeebers out of me. And I think if anyone has an idea on how to do this better, I'd love to know. I'm going to be doing some stocking this weekend because good gravy, it shouldn't be so hard. And it's tearing and I'm just, okay, I'm a little frustrated. I talked about the new packaging the other day and I just am frustrated. So it'd be one thing if it was just me doing this, but it's all my customers. I mean, I'm going to have buffets next week and I have some cute cards. I'm going to send out the email tomorrow. And if you come to the open house, you'll be able to see how much fun that is. The other thing I like to point out of our ink colors is that you get 2 colors for every stamp ink. So you can, or more. So I'm stamping off because I don't want it to be super dark, but I'm going to just put 3 because really the rule is 3 or 5. The rule. That's what the graphic designers say, 3 or 5. I don't know why. I should ask my son. He's a graphic designer. Okay. Imagine that. So I'm going to add some more fun little hashtags. And I'm going to flip all these inks open so I don't have to think so much. And I'm just winging it. If you can't tell, I am totally just adding texture and interest and cleaning and then putting it back. Really, it's not going to be a work of art. This doesn't even matter if you get it lined up because it's hodgepodge or grungy or however you want to call it. I'm going to add some Cajun craze in here to give it some pop. I love that little stamp. And then I'm going to add some Old Olive full strength, not stamping off. And so I'm going to go grab this dot. It's like a blob of dots. I don't know what else you call it. Just add some texture. And if you kind of goof up something, it's great kind of a stamp to kind of say, well, I'm just going to cover that up. I had a customer one time tell me, you didn't tell us this, which was my bad, that embellishments and texture stamps are to cover up your goofs. Well, hello, of course they are. So I'm just going to add that. This was Old Olive as well. That over here, trying to keep it a little tidy. And then I think I better add a little espresso. I don't know what image. Let me see. Oh, I know. I'll use this gear one. I don't have a gear cut, but it will add some visual interest. And I wish I would have stamped the light bulb in early espresso. I wonder if I could do that still. Because with the photopolymer, you've got extra options, really. Let's see. Let's try it. So I'm going to grab the filament, if that's the right word. And I'm going to take this, which is, it's cut out already, but I'm going to flip it around. And I'm going to ink that up with espresso and stamp it. So it stays in the color group. There's the black side. Ugh, that looks like a terrible thing. Oh, well, it didn't work very well, but it's okay. I'm not going to start over. Okay. So then we're going to need a greeting, clearly. And what that's going to look like, I'm not sure. So do I want the greeting in, I think I want the greeting in Old Olive or early espresso. Okay, let's put this card together. Let's close up this stuff because I will get ink everywhere. Now I'm going to go ahead and grab these die cuts that have 2 double-sided, adhesive sheets. And I'm going to just pull off that adhesive. And this just adds a little extra texture. I mean, it's not hard to do this. This is just, and I love that it's forgiving. Like if you're a thinker, you have to have everything symmetrical, then this probably isn't going to be for you kind of a card. But if you're okay with some imperfections, who isn't? I would say go for it. Okay. So I wonder if this had, this, because it's smeared, that's what, it had an adhesive sheet on the back. So I'm going to just get rid of that and that. We're going to stick with the black. I'm going to add this on here. So it looks like the bulb is anchored with, mossy metal. Oh my gosh, old olive. And I'm going to pull this up. And I'm going to add this down here for some reason. Then I'm going to grab a Stampin' Right marker. We don't have these for sale anymore. A lot of them are out of stock. I didn't get rid of all mine because I like the techniques that you can do with them, but that's just me. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and grab my old olive piece of paper, and then I'm going to say, gosh darn it, why didn't I get this more organized? And have the base ready. Well, shoot, we're going to use white. Okay. And we're going to use our scoring. Can you see my scoring? Because that's missing. Oh my word. Okay. Next week, when I start doing these live once a week, I will be so much more organized. And I hope you join me because this is silly. I'm going to go ahead and use this happy birthday. And I'm going to stamp it and hopefully have a big enough piece of white. And I apologize for my phone. I thought I turned it down, but of course I clearly didn't. I don't even know where it is. So if it's somebody telling me I look like an idiot, then I guess so be it. All right, I'm going to use happy birthday and my early espresso ink spot. I'm going to go like this and just stamp it, hold it for a second. I like to tell people who are new, like count to 5. And then it just kind of transfers magically. And then you have a happy change. One stamp I really like and I forgot to use. It's this guy. It's got some texture in it. It looks fun. And I'm going to use it quick with early espresso stamped off. And not perfect, I'll tell you that much. Get rid of that. It's going to be covered up. And the other thing you can do with this kind of a card or kind of stamping thing is you can go ahead and add that texture to your greeting. I mean, that looks kind of cool. This is me flying by the seat of my pants. You're welcome. Or you're horrified. I apologize. So I'm going to go ahead and, good Lord, my phone's close. I just don't know where it is. Okay. Oh my gosh. Seriously, this whole thing. Ugh. Okay. Stampin' Up, why did you change? I know why you changed, but gosh darn it. I hope they come up with a better solution of like ideas, but that's really not Stampin' Up's thing. They usually just say, here's the product. And then other demonstrators who are creative will say, hey, this is what I did. So that's what I'm hoping for. So I'm going to go ahead and use the ink that's still on these brushes. And then I'm going to tear this. No, I'm not. That would be silly. I'm going to cut it. If only I had a trimmer. I'm going to cut it with the scissors. For those of you who know me, this is not what I normally do. So I'm just going to work with what I have and close to me. And then because I have this little spot, I am going to actually with espresso sponge a little bit on the side. Shows you another way you can use your spots. I'll have to watch that video and make fresh ones. And it's just going to add a little bit. I don't want to add too much texture, but I like that pops it up. That's what I like. If you don't like it, then don't do that because it's your card. How do you like that? All right, 20 minutes. Excellent. I got to go pretty soon for my appointment. Okay, so I'm going to use non-Stampin' Up adhesive, maybe just because I am frustrated with the Stampin' Up adhesive as well. So I got some inks. That's okay. That's what happens, right? You can't love everything about every product, of everything of a company, really. I'm not sure if the same person is coming and going, or if different people are coming and going. I'll have to go look at that. This is all new to me. I think I like Facebook better. I like YouTube Live better because you don't have to be a Facebook user. And not everybody I know is a Facebook user. And sometimes your Facebook feed gets banned forever because of something a hacker did. And then there you have it. You can't use Facebook anymore. So that's happened to quite a few demonstrators. So there's my card. I love it. It is going to be on the buffet. I just decided this very minute. And so if you are interested in taking some classes with me in Minnesota, let me know. Give me a shout out and I will see what I can do to get you in the class. Thanks for watching.